crypto.
We can't let anybody else find out who we are. My eyes are up here. I personally would not advise that strategy. Bugs Bunny or Tweety Bird, how to make money in crypto.
Oh, you're killing me.
Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, the people's channel, home of the BitSquad, the largest and greatest crypto community in all of the interwebs. No channel works harder to keep you in the know about crypto than this one right here. We come to you live every single day, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today, guys, we're going to be talking about the price of crypto. As, it looked like we had a fake out pump. We went up to 42,000. Everybody's super excited. And then what happens? We get a pullback as it's back down to about 41,000 right now. But the real question is, where is this thing going? And we're going to take a look at some of this. We're going to be taking a look at, is Bitcoin correlated with the tech stocks? And we're going to be looking at Netflix. Here's the question I posed on Twitter. I want to know, is Netflix the next blockbuster? And here's what's so hilarious is someone made a comment on my tweet about that, and they said, how do you know if a movie is on Netflix or not? If you want to watch it, it's not. Is that not true? Anytime I've ever went to Netflix and literally searched for a specific movie, it's never there.
Yeah.
You know? So we'll be taking a look at all that. We're also going to be taking a look at Coinbase, what's going on with their NFT beta marketplace. And Justin Williams is going to be on the show a little bit today, as he's going to be showing you guys some really cool stuff we got going on with Pluto Alliance and our new Pluto Alliance staking site. And that's going to get you the most bang for your buck when it comes to, our monthly YouTube giveaway. That way, basically, people are not earning rewards on something that they may forgot even exists. We want people that are active in the community be getting the money. So he said, what happened to MM Crypto? I don't know what happened to MM Crypto. I think he's fine. I think I saw on Twitter, or maybe it was Instagram, he said he needed a break or something. So if he hasn't made a video in a couple days, that's why. I don't know if he made one or not. But guys, crypto is hard. Making crypto content in this, in this market, it's not the easiest thing. That's why I tell you guys, the people that stick around and pay attention, they will win. Been looking real dovish and less hawkish today. Let's go Heat. The Hawks had a great chance to pull that game off last night.
They were close until the end.
They let Jimmy Butler just walk to the... I would have clotheslined him.
Yeah.
I'm dead serious. I don't play around in basketball. I will foul the crap out of you, and I will make you remember that you came to the hole. You may make the shot, but you're going to remember.
That's when the game...
They just let Jimmy Butler walk up there.
That was when it ended.
That was it. When Jimmy Butler made that dunk, and they were down by 3.
And he just walked right in there.
He walked up and dunked.
Yeah.
Man, it made me so mad. So
and that got him to 40 points, I think, that dunk.
Crypto Banner does not talk down about this channel. Me and Rand have a great relationship. I love Rand. We tease each other a little bit. That's all it boils down to. I trust me. Me and Crypto Banner are on fantastic terms, and we always have been. So, okay. Let's go ahead and Hawks need defense. Well, look, guys, I'm not going to get too much into basketball right now, but we don't have Clint Capella. He's our starting big man. Yeah. He's gone. He potentially could be coming back this weekend. He's getting reevaluated on Friday. That's a big loss for our team, especially when we were having to, scratch and claw, no pun intended, to get back in the playoffs. So, look, the Hawks need a big move over the offseason. We need one big name. We need another big name outside of Trey. Trey is phenomenal. Trey Young also is not 5'10". He's 6'1", just so you guys know. You can look that up. He's not 5'10". All right, guys, let's go and get started. 1.45 million here on the YouTubes. Don't forget to check out our other channels. Frankie Candles continuing to move up, 11K.
I was noticing.
Is he going to catch NFT Alpha?
Yeah, he's moving right up quick. NFT Alpha ticking up lately, but Meta Money, I noticed they were like 200 subscribers away from 50K.
That is awesome.
They're very close to. They could break that definitely this week, if not today or tomorrow.
I will give you all a prediction for the Hawks games on the weekend. I think we win both games. I think we'll be 2-2 after this week. So we'll see.
That'd be big.
It's going to be hard to win in Miami, though. It's going to be hard without Clint Capella. We get Clint Capella back, we're going to be much more competitive. 832,000 on Twitter. Don't forget to follow us, BitBoy_crypto. You guys know some days you got to drive a truck and listen to country. Does anybody agree with that?
I don't know. I'm sure
you don't know. Oh, you don't like country at all, dude.
I'm sure a lot of people do.
You lived in California too long.
I guess.
That's true.
Whatever.
BitBoy_crypto, 455,000 on Instagram. I think that's the latest number. Don't forget to follow the personal page. Dad jokes for the win, of course.
Oh, you said we were going to change
We
that.
did, and we did. You know, I almost changed it by myself the other day, but then I was like, I should probably get input from TJ. So
you could do it by yourself.
I tried to make it not TJ official, and I decided not to go with it. You can only change it one time every 30 days. Here's a funny story.
Oh, wow.
Here's a funny story. Now, look, I want you guys to know. No offense if you do this. I'm not trying to cast judgment, but I've had a good time laughing sometimes at Facebook accounts where the couple shares the account.
Yeah.
And I will say we have two really great friends that do this, so I got to be careful. I don't want to down them too hard. But I thought it would be hilarious if I made my Facebook account as a joke for like a day, Ben and Bethany Armstrong.
Oh.
And so I did. I made it Ben and Bethany Armstrong, and then I couldn't change it for 30 days. And I was stuck with it. And this was many years ago.
Joke's on you.
The joke was on me. I couldn't change it. And so basically, for 30 days, people thought I was my wife. So not because of what I wore, just because of Facebook. And by the way, look at this, 149,000 followers here on Facebook. We are really tipping up. We need to get a skinnier face shot of me. That's me at my peak weight, guys. That's peak weight, Ben Armstrong. We're going to hit up hitmerch.com.
Refresh.
Uh-oh, we got more stuff here. Look at this. Team Bitcoin, you want a jersey? Wait, that's not me. That's not me. Look at Justin Williams.
Yeah, he's on. Actually,
he's in that ADA gang.
If you go back to the homepage, I think there's a better version of the. You see just click that. Yeah, you can see the BitBoy hoodie there. Those are super comfy.
It's really nice stuff. Jay Chains wears his BitBoy crypto sweatpants, play softball in.
They're pretty nice. They're pretty nice pants and hoodies. They're comfy.
Okay, here we go. Crypto markets rolling on the show here. Yeah. 1.9 trillion. We are up, but look, guys, the volume barely up. Regardless of this big pump that we had yesterday, the volume is only up 8% or something like that. That's not a lot for a big move like that. 92 billion. I am still sticking with my guns here on what I think is happening in this market. I'll be really interested to get Frank's take here in a little bit. But I'm sticking to my guns. I still think we're going down before we go back up. Bitcoin dominance at 41%. It has risen. And look at that ETH dominance, guys. Remember, it was at 19.6% last week before that ETH merge news. And now it's down to 19.3%. That is not a coincidence. 50 or 25 Paraguays to send an ETH transaction today. Bitcoin coming in at $41,227. Ethereum at $3,065. I have been very adamant with you guys that I do not know where the price of Bitcoin is going. And this may be a little dangerous for me, especially because of what happened at the end of last year. But I have 100% made my mind up. I do believe we are in a bear market. I do believe that. I can be proven to be wrong, but I think anything that we see of the price going up is going to be temporary. And I said that last week. That's the first time this entire year I've taken a position on where I think things are going to. So there's a chance I get proven wrong. Lengthening cycles end up being correct. But I still believe even if that does turn out to be true, I do still think we have a downswing before that. If not, then I will be the sacrificial meme for you all to make money. And I have no problem being that. Ethereum coming in back above $3,000, $3,065. I believe there will be a much better price to purchase that at. Binance Coin up 1%. It's up the most out of the top 5 here at 0.98%, up barely for the day. XRP down to 75 cents, but up 5% for the week. Terra Luna up for the week 9%. Polkadot up for the week at 4%, similar to XRP. What? I'm a windsock.
I don't know what that means.
Kane Dynasty says I'm a windsock. How much do you bench, bro? That's what I want to know. He's going to lie. He's going to say 306. Okay, so let's look at the biggest gainers of the day.
Apecoin.
God, I pumped that 285 out like it was nothing yesterday, didn't I?
Yeah.
285 like it was nothing. I think I might be able to get 315 in the next 8 weeks at this rate. 23% for Apecoin. We'll be looking at Apecoin news today, up 25% for the week. Synthetics, Synthetics having quite a positive run here, and I think some of that has to do with the news that came out last week about, was it Goldman Sachs? Who was it saying that they were going to be doing? How are they going to? Who was it that was talking about they're bringing the NASDAQ into crypto or whatever?
It might have been Goldman Sachs.
Was it Goldman Sachs?
But I can't remember
who it was.
One of those. Fidelity.
They're all the same company, so it doesn't really matter. EOS with a reversal. Look at that. Zilliqa continuing to move. Pancake swap up. Aave, Usama. A lot of big movers yesterday, but I'll tell you guys what I'm looking at. I'm not looking at these numbers here. I'm not looking at these numbers. I'm looking at these numbers. I'm looking at the 7 day. Because when you come down here, this is the more important right now, because this is really a better gauge. It's really a better gauge of what direction these coins are going in. Because yesterday was just a reaction pump, basically. We look EOS 11% yesterday, up 21% for the week. So whereas you see Cello up 4%, only up 1.5% for the week. Convex Finance up, but down for the week. That's a better indicator of the direction that a lot of these coins are heading to. We're having a lot of resurgence in DeFi these days. Frank, you want to come on up here? Frankie Candle. Frankie Candle.
What is going on, everybody? Bitcoin. What is going on, right? We got these... I was like... Thought I was going to get another prom picture.
No.
What is going on, guys? Bitcoin doing some interesting stuff here. We're going to take a look at it. I'm going to show you guys, I know we've been talking about the bear signals for, a little bit here on the past streams. But I'm going to show you some short-term bullish stuff that is starting to pop up. And, with the weekly blood diamond, right? There was a lot of comments and stuff saying, yesterday when we were pumping, oh, what happened to the blood diamond? I thought we were coming down. When you have a signal like a blood diamond or something like that on the weekly chart, it takes time to play out, especially on the longer time frames. It's not like you get a blood diamond, you just dump, right? For example, when we had our blood diamond on the 6 day previously, not the current one that is printing now, we printed that blood diamond. We moved sideways for like 90 days before we actually had that 50% drop off into the, dark depths of the bear market. So these things take time. And, we did see that 4-hour bullish divergence on my stream. I let everybody know about that on my stream before we got that pump. So I was saying that we could see a short-term pump. Obviously, price is volatile in either direction, right? You get those corrections down on the way up. And the same way on the way down, you get the corrections on the, coming up on the way down. So let's go ahead and jump into the charts here. We're going to start off on the weekly, right? I'm just going to cover, real quickly, because I know we've covered it before. I'm just going to cover, the bear signals. Blood diamond confirmed on the weekly, right? Typically not very good, has never happened before. You do also have the money flow in the red, right? Now, this is showing that money is coming out of the asset. So definitely a bearish sign there. And then, if we turn on our DBSI, let me just turn that on real quick. And you can see, I don't know if you guys know how the DBSI works, but typically, real quickly, the higher the number, the stronger the indication, right? So when you have a 23 on top of the candle against a -5, -5 is the weakest number, and 28 is the strongest number. So when you have a 23 on top of the candle pushing down against the -5, that is showing that the strength is on the bearish side on this longer time frame. Again, doesn't mean we're immediately going to drop down. And obviously, nothing is 100%. This blood diamond and this can all get invalidated. It's not impossible, but that's not happening quite yet. So just another kind of bearish signal here that you have such a strong number on top of the candle pushing down against the weakest number. So there is some of the bearish stuff. I know we've covered it, recently here, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it. Same thing on the 6 day blood diamond. Last time we got one of these, we basically moved sideways for 90 days and then dropped 50%. Same thing, you got a 16 versus a 0 here. So definitely strength is on the bearish side. Now let's just work our way down these time frames, right? 4 day money flow kind of curving down. VWAP coming up. 3 day. You know, money flow kind of coming down, VWAP coming up, kind of the same story there. Now, the 2-day, the VWAP is right at that 0 line, looking like it wants to print a green dot here, right? So this is actually could wind up to be pretty bullish. We could see a decent pump from here. Now, I do like to give you guys the bear case and the bull case, right? In my opinion, I think if the bear case plays out and we do get that blood diamond, you know, fully, you know, working to its potential, I don't know how quickly that's going to happen. We might have some time here to pump up in the short term or range sideways. But best case scenario, in my opinion, you know, with this 2-day VWAP crossover, printing that green dot, if you could get that money flow into the green a bit as well, you know, it's not impossible for us to travel back up to the top of this bear flag and test these levels up here at about 48K, right? This line right here is about 48, and then the actual top of the bear flag, obviously depending on how quickly we get there, because this, you know, line will move up over time. But the top of that is at about, you know, 49, you know, in the 49, high 49K range. So not impossible for us to move all the way up there. Now, I don't know how long that would last if we got up there. Maybe we come up here and then finally get rejected, because you have to remember, you know, this is technically a bearish reversal pattern, right? So maybe we work our way back up with this 2-day green dot with the VWAP crossing up. Maybe the money flow comes up, could bring us all the way up to this level around here. And then maybe that's where we get rejected. You start to see that blood diamond on the weekly play out, the money flow in the red on the weekly start to play out, and we start to come down. But all in all, this 2-day is actually not looking too bad with the green dot looking like it wants to print. And then some more, you know, on the bullish side, let me just get rid of this. You know, on the bullish side for the daily, you are back in the green with the money flow right here. So that is definitely good, right? These last time we had that daily money flow crossover into the green, we did come up. It was kind of the same situation where we're kind of hanging out at the bottom of this bear flag, and then boom, you come up, brought us up about 24%. And then, you know, if we kind of see the same thing happen here, you know, about here to there, about 24% would bring us up to, you know, about that 48, into that 48, 49K range at the top of the bear flag, where possibly we could get rejected. Obviously, we will analyze, you know, what the charts are looking like when we get there. If we see things start to look really bullish on the charts, maybe we could talk about possibly breaking up even to our, you know, higher target here at about 55K or in the mid 50s. And then this is where I would start to think people are getting super euphoric. People are thinking, oh, we're going all to all-time highs. Maybe we get some bullish news. But I would be very, very, very careful if we approach this level, as I've said in the past. So definitely a level that I'm keeping my eye on. I don't know if we'll make it quite up there, but I do think it's possible with that 2-day green dot and the money flow on the daily back in the green. I think we might be able to work our way higher up into this bear flag, but I'd be very careful when we get up to this area. People are going to be feeling bullish. You want to be careful when that starts to happen. But let's actually come down to these lower time frames. The 4-hour, again, money flow coming up, not looking bad. You do have the VWAP coming down, right? So generally money flow coming up. But when you have that VWAP coming down, typically this does bring you down a bit. So, you know, we did come up and hit some resistance up in this level right here where we're currently rejecting off of. So that VWAP crossover on the 4-hour could bring us down. We also have lower time frames. You will see, yeah, money flow coming out on the 15-minute and some of these lower time frames. So money flow starting to come out on the lower time frames, usually bleeds into the medium time frames here. You can see on a lot of these lower time frames, you do have money flow coming out. So when you have the VWAP crossing over on the 4-hour, and then you see the money flow coming down on the smaller time frames, a lot of times you do come down, you know, a little bit. So I would expect a little bit of a pullback here with that 4-hour VWAP crossover, but it's not all doom and gloom, right? You know, we could work our way back up into the top of that bear flag, like I said. You know, that's kind of the bullish hope for the short term. But again, you just want to keep in the back of your mind that you do have the weekly and the 6-day, those higher time frames looking pretty bearish. Doesn't mean you can't pump. You could still pump, catch these rides up to the top of the range, but you just want to remember, you know, you just got to remember those bearish signals in the back of your head. And then real quick before I hop off, just checking in on the DXY or the US dollar index, starting to cool off a little bit here as we have been ripping on this thing. So starting to cool off here. You see the DBSI reading of 15 on top. and a -3 on the bottom. So could see some more downside, which could continue Bitcoin to move or cause Bitcoin to move a little more to the upside. But we're going to have to see if we can move our way up to this line of resistance right here, or the top of this trend line right here. It's kind of the target of where I think if we continue to see, upside for the DXY, I think this is where we would seriously start to see a pretty harsh rejection, which could be good for Bitcoin. And then real quick, literally just a quick little check-in on the SPY here. As you see, we lost that support, but we bounced back up, and we are now continuing higher up against resistance right now, but it looks like we're starting to push through, so that is good. Not going to pull it up, but how about that Netflix dump? That is actually, maybe I could pull it up super quick. Yeah, here it is. Boom. Look at that thing.
True.
Just absolutely decimated. Yellow X's everywhere. So I just wanted to show that. That's sometimes fun to see. But yeah, Netflix absolutely decimated. But yeah, guys,
only fun to see if you don't own any Netflix.
Yes, I'm sorry if you own Netflix, but
it's like $20 a month.
I know. Yeah, they raise it all the time. It's
starting to get up where it's like pretty. I mean, I used to pay $45 a month for my cable bill back.
Right. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely. But yeah, guys, not impossible to come up in the short term here. I do think there is a possibility maybe that we come up to the top of that bear flag, but just in the back of your mind, just remember longer time frames don't look great, but doesn't mean you can't pump. That's all I got. Bing bong. Here's Ben.
Bing bong, guys. Make sure to smash the like button. Number one thing you can do as a BitSquad member, smash that like. All you got to do is hit the X if you're watching on mobile chat, then hit the like button, then come back in. If you're watching on a smart TV, bottom left-hand corner of the screen, more actions, more options. Make sure to hit react and then like this video. Was the title of today, the Bitcoin hit $42,069?
Yeah.
On 420?
Yeah.
That was a joke, guys. But it was true. It was true. It did hit that.
That's funny.
Doesn't Ben CRO card reimburse for Netflix? It does, actually. That is correct. It does. So, but you got to set it up. I never set it up. So, yeah. Okay. All right. Let's move on here. Bitcoin buy signal. It sides as dollar gold extend losses. Bitcoin price heads past 41.5. We are, I believe, back below that right now, aren't we? 41.5. What were we at earlier? 41.2 is where we're at right now. Let me refresh, make sure that's correct. Wow. What happened there?
Oof.
Oh, God.
Burn your eyes.
Yeah. I'm blind now. So we are below that 41.5 now. Bitcoin rebounds to local high of 41.7 before slight pullback. I'm not that alarmed by the pullback. Like Frank was saying, we're a little more alarmed by what's going on in the larger. And alarmed is not the right word because who cares if it drops? We all know it's going back up at some point. It's just a matter of time and perspective. I'm now sold on the fact that, it probably will be, and Crypto Love did a video of this talking about how, everybody's expecting Bitcoin to hit a new all-time high like very, very, very soon. Well, the average amount of days is like 1,200 days between all-time highs, or 1,300 days, somewhere between 12 and 1,400 based on the Bitcoin cycles. So, that's more support for your 4-year theory, by the way, because if you do that multiplication or division, what's, 4 divided by 1,300, you get that's about 4 years. So, okay, moving on here. Bitcoin 30-day correlation to tech stocks reaches July 2020 highs. Very interesting. Oh, here's the thing. Everyone loves to talk about the correlation between Bitcoin and NASDAQ, or Bitcoin and the SPY, or Bitcoin and the inverse correlation between Bitcoin and the DXY, and of course, the correlation between Bitcoin and tech stocks. But everyone loves to talk about it when they're highly correlated.
Yeah.
When they're not correlated, which for the most of their lifetimes, they have not been nearly as highly correlated as they are now, then nobody's talking about it. So everybody's trying to make it sound like Bitcoin is a tech stock right now. Certainly isn't, but the correlation now is pretty high. Bitcoin 30-day correlation with big tech stocks has climbed to July 2020 levels, with its correction to gold plunging to all-time lows. Arcane Research published a blog post discussing the development, which also occurs at a time when Bitcoin's correlation with the S&P 500 is also at some of its highest levels. Crypto assets have long been seen as something separate from other financial markets, an island that offers some safety as a hedge. However, that narrative appears to be changing as the larger financial world dives into crypto. It's hard to say if the correlation will change significantly going forward, but it's clear that as Bitcoin's adoption grows, its ability to remain detached from the rest of the world weakens, which is very interesting because that's the exact opposite argument and scenario that, most people paint Bitcoin as. The increase in correlation comes at a time when the S&P 500 and associated stocks are experiencing heavy volatility. Those who believe that crypto is linked to tech stocks as a cause for concern will only be more worried about this trend. And I think this can be a big narrative as we are moving into, further and further into bear territory. We've been in the bear cave. We're crawling. We're getting deeper and deeper and deeper. The further we get within that, obviously the tech stocks, the stocks look like they're plunging further. I think there's a chance this correlation remains for a while longer due to the fact that I think Bitcoin's dropping and also the tech stocks have been dropping as well and will continue to do so. There might be some cause for concern. And I don't like this phrase, cause for concern, okay? Because the number one investment philosophy of BitBoy Crypto and of this channel is create a long-term mindset or develop a long-term mindset. Or I can't remember what, I think develop a long-term mindset is exactly the phraseology there. When you have a long-term mindset, there's no cause for concern. If you're in a long trade 10x on ByBit or Femex or Binance or wherever you leverage trade, then yeah, you may want to be concerned right now. If you're not in a leverage trade and you have a long-term mindset and you have not just loaded into crypto with all of your money and you keep some on the sidelines like we tell you to, then there is no cause for concern that the price is going to drop. You got into crypto. We've been preaching this 4-year cycle for years and years and years. You watch this channel, that's generally what we always lean on. We're right where we should be. There's no cause for concern, but the prices are probably going to drop. There might be some cause for concern for crypto investors, according to beincrypto.com, as some major tech stocks have not been having the best ride of late. The most recent of these shocking drops is that Netflix, with its stock plummeting more than 25% yesterday and over 40% year to date, forget being the new blockbuster, it seems to be the new Peloton. Could Netflix tumble down the crypto market? Now, this is an interesting article here. On Tuesday, the crypto market looked good in comparison to Netflix. The shares of the world's leading streaming company fell 27% to $256 after hours trading, reaching 2019 levels after announcing a massive loss of 200,000 subscribers in the first quarter of 2022. This translated to roughly a $40 billion loss in half an hour. This is the first time the company this is the first time the company's lost customers since 2011. Is expecting to lose 2 million more in the second quarter. It's already down 63% from its all-time high and over 40% this year. I mean, if it falls much further, this is getting into Bitcoin bear market territory for Netflix. Look at this meme. I can go lower.
And I feel like it's been really pretty overvalued because it was first mover.
Yeah.
And this is where you got to be careful with that first mover advantage, where they were growing and growing. It said it right there. This is their kind of first down quarter since 2011. So 11 straight years of growth. Then people value the stock assuming like, oh, they're going to grow forever. Well, no, at some point you hit a capacity of people in the world that are willing to take on streaming services. And now 10 years later, there's way more competition than when they started. You're competing with Disney and Sony and, Hulu and a lot of these Amazon, all these other web streaming platforms that
I tell you what might be really interesting. Also, you might get metaverse streaming platforms.
Exactly.
That don't even exist yet.
Exactly. Facebook, they're all in the content game right now, and they're all competing with Netflix, driving Netflix operating cost up and stealing their subscribers. So,
yeah,
not surprised.
No, I mean, this was bound to happen. And, for the first time in years and years and years, like I've been watching other stuff other than on Netflix, like for other streaming platforms, like the WeWork documentary, which I'm not done yet. Actually, I fell asleep in the first 5 minutes, but like that's one that was highly suggested for me to watch. And so I've been watching that. There's another movie that was on Amazon Prime that, I watched. And, it's just one of these things where Netflix doesn't have everything you want anymore.
They've fallen out of favor with the money gods, if that, for sure.
Let me tell you, in my opinion, Paramount for sure, Showtime for sure. let me tell you where I think Netflix has gone wrong. I think they've just leaned. They've got different genres, and they've just leaned so far into some of these genres. Like they're really big on like shows about affairs. Like that's the main thing is like infidelity in a marriage, and it creates all these problems and conspiracies. And they just push that. Like it seems like every week there's a new top 10 show. It's the same topic.
Yep.
Like and now you see them leaning so hard on the scams, right? On the Quadriga CX story, on the Tinder swindler, on the bad vegan, which I loved all three of those. Don't get me wrong. I'm a sucker for that stuff.
Inventing Anna.
That's what we're watching now. But like now we're getting a little fatigued to that stuff. And it's like they just pound you so much with the same thing over and over and over again that we need new things. A lot of people mindset is incompatible with capitalism.
Yeah, that's kind of what Elon Musk was roasting him for, basically.
I don't see too much. I know people talk about it a lot, but I just watch shows for what they're supposed to be. I don't think about the woke principles behind them a lot. Yeah. Even though some of them have them, I know for sure. Some shows I watch have them. You can even see Yellowstone as the last 3 or 4 episodes of the last season, like kind of start pushing in this climate change direction, which I thought was very fascinating for a show like Yellowstone. But I think that, I don't tend to think about those things in the principles and, like, oh, this female character should have been a male character. I don't care about any of that stuff. I just watch a show and take it at face value. That makes my life much easier. So, okay. Back in January, a company admitted competition is affecting marginal growth some.
Some.
What an awful quote. It's affecting marginal growth some. Yeah. Like, no, you're getting crushed by it. So we'll see what happens. Anti-crypto propaganda calls crypto too volatile and risky, but hey, guess what? Look at that, Netflix. All right, so moving on here. Let's talk about Apecoin. Apecoin, is Justin in here? He is. Okay. He walked out for a minute.
He's here.
Okay. We're going to be covering some Pluto Alliance stuff here in just a moment. Ape price climbs 55% in 3 days as Bored Ape Yacht Club land drop rumor goes viral. Owners of the popular Bored Ape and Mutant Ape non-fungible tokens could receive virtual lands on the Yuga Labs' upcoming Other Side metaverse. Apecoin prices explode higher on anticipations that it would become a de facto payment token in upcoming metaverse lands. We've got to add some of this ape token, but price just
keeps going up.
Well, we're about to get some because we're going to do a video next weekend, by the way, with the NFT Alpha guys.
Well,
where we're going to mutate
that guy got you some, right?
Yeah, but
oh yeah,
Justin sold it all.
Yeah,
thanks, Justin. Yeah, it is intermittent. Well, at the time, I didn't disagree with it, but may turn out to be a bad decision.
Wave, Justin. Hey, there he is.
Yeah, he sold it. He's the new Bogdanov twin since they're dead. Didn't they both die?
That's what I heard.
I think they both died within like a couple days of each other, didn't they?
Surgery complications.
Yeah. So, anyways, we'll see what happens, but we're going to be doing a video with NFT Alpha next weekend where we're going to be mutating my Bored Ape into a Mutant Ape. I still get to keep the Bored Ape. And then we're actually going to be giving my other Mutant Ape to Meta Money, and that way they can get whitelisted to get some of the land as well if this rumor is true. So,
yeah.
Bored Ape Yacht Club, a rumor circulating across social media platforms since April 18th, suggested the owners of the Bored Ape Yacht Club and Mutant Ape Yacht Club NFTs may receive virtual lands on Yuga Labs' much anticipated Other Side metaverse platform.
I like that.
Oh, look at this. MeBits also. Mm-hmm. Oh man, look at this. Would be really sweet because
CryptoPunks.
We have all 4 of these.
Yeah.
I have Bored Ape, Mutant Ape, CryptoPunk, and a MeBit. Yeah. So my MeBit pops up down here all the time. Yeah. I like my MeBit because it kind of looks like Bebop.
There's your punk right there.
Ninja Turtles. Yeah, there's my CryptoPunk. Yeah. You got the eye patch, I had a lazy eye when I was a kid.
Do you like
I had to wear an eye patch?
The name? I think the name's really good. The Other Side?
The Other Side? Is that a joke or are you serious?
No, I like it.
Oh, I hate it.
I think it's a good metaverse.
Do you want to know why I hate it?
Why?
It's a Red Hot Chili Pepper song.
Oh, Take Me to the Other Side? Yeah.
It's called Other Side. That's the name of the song, I think.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. Some people, I don't know what that song's about, by the way. Maybe it's not a great song. But at our gym, they go through phases where they will just play Red Hot Chili Peppers incessantly. Yeah. And I never want to hear Red Hot Chili Peppers the rest of my life.
And by phases, we mean 9 months out of the year.
Yes, it's bad when it starts going. So nothing personal towards Red Hot Chili Peppers. Other side will be a massive multiplayer online role-playing game. Was that right?
Multiplayer massive online role-playing game. Yeah.
Man, tell you what, if I can ever get NVIDIA down, I'll be good. Anyways, where players... Wait, was that right?
What?
NVIDIA? Did I say it right that time?
Yeah.
I did?
Uh-huh.
See? I know it's not NVIDIA anymore. Proud of myself. A leak investor pitch deck showed U Labs expects to earn $178 million by selling virtual lands. Big stuff here. So, you know, I will be getting, when we do that mutation of my Bored Ape, we will be getting some Apecoin, but I think we gotta, it's so hard to buy because it keeps pumping. So
I think we just keep doing what we're doing. Buy the NFTs, interact with the ecosystem, get some land, earn some Apecoin. Yeah.
Okay. NBA announces dynamic Ethereum NFTs for playoffs. This is where you can see Jimmy Butler walking by Trae Young and dunking. Trae, throw that arm out. Clothesline. Let's go. Give him the Ice Trae shuffle. You know what I mean? Just boom. Clothesline. There you go. Not that hard.
Let me see that again.
Well, that's his move. You know, he does a little shimmy after he shoots. But you give him the shimmy, 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 and then boom, clothesline. Now, Trae Young clotheslining Jimmy Butler, like he may have to jump.
Yeah.
But Trae is the toughest person on our team, by the way. Trae has the most heart and the most fight on our team.
Yeah.
It's not just, you know, he is also the smallest guy on the team. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Lou Williams is a little bit smaller. I'm not sure. But anyways, God, it's made me so mad. I don't care if you play defense, Trae, but throw a clothesline out every once in a while. NFTs are unique blockchain tokens that indicate one's ownership over an asset, like a piece of digital art. Each association NFT represents a real NBA player in this year's playoff. There will be 75 NFTs of each player from the 16 different NBA teams participating. When do these launch? We got to buy the Trae Young one, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to. Here, let's dig through this. Let's see. Is this where it's got the players? I wonder. Let's watch this little video. Can they hear that?
I don't know. Should be able to.
Where's Trae? He's got to be coming soon. Did they not give us a Trae? Surely Trae's coming. They don't have a Trae on here?
Well, maybe they started this
They said 16. But they showed two. I thought they showed two Celtics. Why would we have two Celtics? Why would we have Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum? We got Kyrie and that's a joke. Here's Luka Doncic, great player, not even playing in the playoffs, and also has never won a playoff series. If they don't have Trae in here, I'm gonna be freaking pissed. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be really angry if Trae's not on this. So that's my guy right there. All right, come on, Justin, come show this. Yeah, they do look terrible. I agree. They actually look awful. They do, don't they? Though
the art's
weak. Awful. Yeah, it's really bad. Come on, Justin. Let me get off the screen.
Hey, Justin Williams.
I need to duck down a little bit.
Yeah, you got to duck a bit.
Shut up.
Well, glasses. I got the glasses today.
Crypto carry in the house.
Crypto carry, not the other one.
Can't say that on
is that
air.
the first? Yeah.
Can't say that on air. Okay.
So, all right. So the big news for Pluto Alliance, we announced it a couple months ago. You saw that we are giving out the AdSense once a month to a specific nationality.
Alien nation,
not race, because that's not what we do here.
That's racist.
Yeah, that's racist, and you're not. So we picked black hole. We picked Uranus was last month.
Uranus was a great one. We loved Uranus.
Yeah. So the community was talking about wanting the people that hold that are active to get the actual BIT token. So they were asking for a staking page. Well, the staking page is now live today since this morning. So now you can go to, I think it's up on the screen if you want to switch it over, TJ. Staking.plutoalliance.com. Connect your wallet.
Put that, drop that in the chat, TJ, and pin it, please.
Yeah, staking.plutoalliance.com. You'll pull up all of your aliens that are in your wallet, and you can now stake them. You can stake them in your wallet.
You see Wesley over there. He calls you.
Yeah.
We'll leave that.
Anyway.
How it is. They say dad bod's coming back in style. They say you got a dad bod, Justin.
Dad bod's coming back in. You used to have a dad bod.
Yeah. Now I'm ripped.
Now you're ripped. Yeah.
Thanks.
Anyway, stake your alien. Now, what does that mean? You are only eligible for the Google AdSense if your alien is staked. So if Pluto is picked next week, I think is the end of the month, and your alien is not staked, you are not going to be eligible for the AdSense. It's only going to be the staked aliens. Now, I've made a conservative estimate that about 50% of the community is active right now. Some people say that's very conservative. Some people say it's way less than that. Some people say only 30% will actually stake. I'm going to say 50%. So if you were going to get $1,000 airdrop to you, now that's going to turn into $2,000 if only 50% of the holders are staking their aliens, which I think is probably going to be what's happened. Some people say it's going to be only like 30 to 40%. So that number could be even higher. This is huge. This is rewarding the community that's active. Staking.plutoalliance.com. Go stake your alien. There's only, another fun fact. I didn't know this either. Only about 300, a little over 300 aliens are actually for sale on OpenSea.
Wow.
Yeah. So I can see the floor price raising really fast.
That's amazing.
And when you stake, your alien is removed from OpenSea for sale. It does show up, but it's not for sale anymore, which is also a good thing. So if you don't have an alien, you can still participate. Go to OpenSea, go to the Pluto Alliance store, go snag one off the floor real quick, get it staked on staking.plutoalliance.com, and you will be eligible for the AdSense. This is for V1. For V1, not for V2. I saw somebody asking that. V1 only.
Also,
not
somebody
V2.
asking if you're related to Seth Rogen. Is that true?
You people. Why do I even do this?
This is what I had to put up with the whole time. I've got to put up with this the whole time.
Well,
you come up here for just a couple minutes, you get to experience. How does it feel?
It feels. I mean, hey, I think the first time I came on here though, a year ago, somebody said I was attractive.
Well, hey, just keep, hanging on to that.
Yeah.
You just keep hanging on.
It was my grandmother.
Yeah, it was your grandmother.
All right, that's it. That's all I got.
Justin, he's a cute boy. I tell you what. All right, guys. Moving on. So this is pretty cool. So you're going to be able to stake your Pluto Alliance, and this is going to have a big effect on, a big effect on things, and we're excited about it. Nobody else does this. Nobody gives away all their YouTube money, not to the level that we do. Maybe somebody that makes $1,000 a month. We're averaging about 50,000. We give it we keep 25% for taxes. So we're giving like 35,000, so far on average out. But guys, keep that in mind. As we do move back to a bull run at some point, that number will increase dramatically. Yeah. We were averaging like about 150,000 a month for several months. So, right now we're getting about a third, but we're going to stick to this. We want to make as much money on the YouTube channel for you guys as possible in the NFT community and Pluto Alliance.
And just real quick, that shows the opportunity you guys have right now too. Like if you think about how many people were watching this channel when all the hype was there versus who's here now's the real opportunity to accumulate before it gets wild again.
Wild. Love it. All right. Coinbase's Ethereum NFT marketplace launches in beta. The long-awaited Coinbase NFT platform is finally live with an initial 0% marketplace fee and social media-like elements. That is certainly good. Crypto exchange Coinbase today announced that its NFT marketplace is officially live in a limited access beta launch 6 months after it officially announced its long-teased plans. And I would say a big hole, I believe, for Coinbase, for this NFT platform, is going to be they're not going to have a token with it. So if you look at the reason why So Rare and Rarible have done, or not So Rare, Looks Rare and Rarible have done very well, is because they have rewarded their community with tokens for engaging. So this has the this has the social media elements, which I think is a positive thing that any emerging NFT platform that's going to be great is going to have. But they're not going to have a token. And a lot of people now, what Looks Rare did with their token with the wash trading and then selling, I don't like that at all. I think that's a negative thing. But the idea is you want to reward the community for using it. Like, what is the motivation to use another platform other than OpenSea? Well, there would be one of two reasons. Well, maybe one of three reasons. Number one would be you can get rewarded in a token on other sites. Number two would be Coinbase NFTs will at least have some semblance of customer support because Coinbase has customer support. Coinbase customer support, not awful, but if you really have a big problem, they're not going to be that helpful. If you have a very common issue, they can help you. But if your account got hacked and you're going to have a hard time working with Coinbase. Number 3 would be an easier user interface experience, an easier user experience, which, Coinbase, OpenSea is pretty intuitive. It doesn't look that great, but pretty intuitive. But I assume the Coinbase will be, just like it is for everything, it will appeal to the beginner. Coinbase NFT is now available to select users. There we go. Added from the waitlist, which has amassed millions of prospective members. Coinbase Exchange will add users in the order of sign up, which with plans to add everyone in the coming weeks. Peer-to-peer marketplace is launched with support for NFTs minted on Ethereum, the leading platform for NFT artwork and collectibles. And Coinbase says it plans to add support for other unspecified platforms in the near future. Coinbase NFT will aggregate listings from across marketplaces, with a rep telling Decrypt that any NFT that's for sale on the Ethereum blockchain will be searchable on the platform. Now, we had actually talked about having Pluto Alliance verified there. Mm-hmm. We talked with them last year at NFT NYC about that. So we should be debuting Pluto Alliance as verified. We'll have to see what happens. OpenSea, they started a war they didn't want when they took our verification, which, by the way, that war is not over yet. There will be many, many more waves coming for OpenSea. I hope they're prepared for that. But Coinbase's platform will debut with no added transaction fees, although it will still have standard Ethereum gas fees. Marketplace will eventually introduce its own fee, which Coinbase VP of product Shanshan Sakshina describes in a media briefing as a low single-digit fee. Does that mean a low single-digit percentage fee? Because I would assume that this would be higher than anywhere else, right? You got to assume Coinbase is going to have about the highest fee out.
I would assume. Yeah.
So what is a low single-digit fee? 4% when average is like 2.5%?
Yeah, something like that probably.
Justin would know that number. He'd know what average is. At launch, it's only usable with self-custody wallets such as Coinbase Wallet and MetaMask. Let's see. Eventually, it plans to launch optional NFT custody services. That is interesting, NFT custody services. Let users buy NFTs with a Coinbase account or a credit card. Saxena described that planned move as an effort to bring NFTs to the masses. With some of functionality, including comments, will exist on Coinbase's own centralized servers at launch. They will eventually, they're talking about the social media, I tell you who's done a really good job with social media within their NFT platform is Vivi. Their social media is phenomenal on there. Unfortunately, it's a closed system, so you can't move your Vivi or whatever they call it. I think they call them V-Bucks, something like that. You can't move those out, so that's what really sucks. Let's see. Azuki, Doodles, World of Women will be there. Very interested to see what's going to happen with our Pluto Alliance there. We'll keep a watch on that. Coinbase shows price page for optimism, suggesting a token could be on the way.
Oh, there you go.
Sleuths on Twitter knows that Coinbase has added a price page for an optimism token, despite one not existing yet. Let's see. There could be a few different explanations. Perhaps it's undergoing testing for pages or just to cause rumors. So, okay. So this is basically, Optimism is a scaling solution for the Ethereum blockchain. It's basically a layer 2 scaling solution. It's very similar to Arbitrum. I believe it uses optimistic rollups as the actual scaling solution for its project. But it doesn't actually have a token yet. It's like a network kind of without a token. So we'll have to see what happens here. Now, what would be really fascinating, which I don't think they would do this, but it'd be very fascinating if somehow this Optimism token got woven in also to the NFT platform, but I don't see that going at all. I don't see that happening. All right, moving on. Leaked doc shows how much influencers are getting paid on Twitter. So basically, ZachXBT put out this price list. I would tell you, a lot of people that are on this list are like, Lindsay Lohan. There's some athletes on here. This is what I want to say about this. This is kind of making a lot of waves on Twitter. Here's what's important, okay? Number one, anyone who is advertising, who is making sponsored tweets and it is not disclosed, they should be punished. In the history of this channel, when we used to do sponsored content, never, ever, ever did anything without a disclaimer, without saying that it was sponsored, without audibly saying it was sponsored. One video, it wasn't audibly said, it was in the text of the video. There is nothing wrong with people who have worked and slaved years to build a following. There's nothing wrong with them getting paid for doing that as their full-time job. There is a problem when people are not disclosing. This is also what I'll say about a lot of these media lists. A lot of these media lists, they get stuff wrong. We have one athlete down here. There was one athlete, maybe it's not this one, it was a different story, who plays for the Tampa Rays. He actually said that he's actually also behind an NFT project. He said, yeah, that's the numbers on here are totally, incorrect. You have to understand the world of crypto is a wild world, and the amount of money people get for sponsorships in crypto is higher than any other niche in the entire world. But there's nothing wrong with people getting paid for that. We do not do sponsored content on this channel anymore. We, abandoned that, I believe, in January. We'll never be doing sponsored content on any of our socials again on this channel, because I just think my voice is too important in the space to be biased in any possible way. And I think that my followers deserve that. They supported this channel for years and years. This is why we give our YouTube money away. I just want everybody to understand that there's nothing wrong with people getting paid for doing crypto as their full-time job. There is something wrong when people are hiding that. Because when you get information, like for instance, I always use Jennifer Garner as an example, right? She, Capital One. Does she really use Capital One card? I have no idea. But you understand when you watch an advertisement with Jennifer Garner as the spokesperson that she may or may not actually use that. You're not actually taking into consideration like, does Jennifer Garner really use this? Nobody cares about that. They understand it's a commercial. When you're making tweets that are about things that are, that are about a certain coin being great, but you're being paid by that coin and you're not saying that, then that is wrong, because that's giving a false image of what's actually happening. So just wanted to cover that. It's kind of a big story that's been passing around. Like I said, we don't do that stuff anymore, but we do keep our, we do keep our finger on the pulse of what's going on in crypto and on Twitter. So, all right, moving on here. Number of dead coins surpasses 1,700 as scammers flourish. In the market that currently counts nearly 19,000 crypto. I remember that number was like 6,000.
Yeah.
That's probably like the earliest number I remember seeing it at. Some of them were bound to have failed or turned out to be scams. And I do want to make a differentiation here between scams and coins that don't survive.
Yeah.
You can actually have a coin that meant very well and the people behind it really believed in what they were doing and it just didn't take off. I could name several like that. But
a lot that were too early, their ideas were too big, and they weren't the realisticness of them succeeding was very low, but they really truly were trying to succeed.
100%. Absolutely. Specifically, there were 1,705 dead coins as of April 6, 2022. I'm shocked that number's not like 5,000. According to data acquired by Finbold, a list of notable dead coins examples includes BitConnect, Vegas Coin, and Storium. Dead coins are digital tokens that have turned out to be scams, abandoned by their teams, lacking funding, or fail for any other reason, therefore no longer viable. Rampant scams are killing coins. Talking about BitConnect there. SafeMoon, obviously. Now, we warned you guys about SafeMoon a long time ago.
Yeah.
I feel like we didn't get enough credit.
It's so funny you were saying that. I was just thinking the same thing. Is like all this stuff is coming out about SafeMoon now. I'm waiting when you see all these articles. I was like, somewhere in there, somebody's gonna say that like we called it out.
We were like the first YouTube channel to put out the exploit.
Yeah, that really kind of started the unraveling of the whole thing.
It really did.
Yeah.
Go look at the price and the day our video came out. And destroying SafeMoon is something that I want to be careful, because I don't want people to lose. People who are invested in SafeMoon, I don't want them to lose money. I hate that. I hate when people lose money. If it's a scam and you have money in it, I still don't want you to lose your money. Like, that sounds awful, right? I'm not happy people lost money.
That's why we made the video.
Exactly. We tried to get you to move out of the coin because of this very obvious exploit that was very available to the public. And we got destroyed by the SafeMoon people by it. And it turned out we were 100% accurate. And this thing has been one giant rug pull. And it's pretty much dead at this point. Even Dave Portnoy came out and did a press conference on SafeMoon. Like, Dave, you lost me at SafeMoon in the beginning. Like,
that's where everybody lost when he did the first press conference and he was picking the hats of where he was going to put his money and he chose SafeMoon. Everyone's like, all right, I think I'm done.
Exactly. So one of those coins was SafeMoon. Many analysts have warned was a pump and dump coin. Recently, its former marketing chief, Ben Phillips, caught in a classic $12 million pump and dump scheme. Another is Squid Game, which when that thing got rug pulled live on that video, it's hilarious. I mean, once again, Don't like that people lost money. I don't want to make light of people losing money that invest. We had people in this office who lost money in Squid Games. Not me. Never would have put money in that. But we had people who lost money in it. And so it's unfortunate. But at the same time, it was very funny watching the guy that was live charting Squid Games win at rug pull. It was pretty funny. Barbarian 017 says, LOL, y'all talked about it so much, I thought it was common knowledge. Well, that's great. That's what we want to be known for. So anyways, a lot of coins are out there, but here's what I'll say. Here's a really interesting thing about dead coins. They can still pump.
Oh, yeah.
Dead coins that have been abandoned. And we know that, like, let's see if we can find, what was the coin? Deep brain chain.
No, not deep brain
Let's
chain.
pull up the deep brain chain chart, y'all.
That's one of my worst losers of all time.
Look, I want you guys to look at this, okay? It's still active. This was a NEP 5 token. It was built on Neo when Neo was thought to be the next Ethereum.
Yeah.
I was a big pusher of that. I really thought Neo was going to really hit it big, but what happened is the team split. Half of them went to, what's the other coin starts with an O?
Not Oasis.
No. The Ontology. Half the team went and started working on Ontology, and half of them were working on Neo, and then they got addition by subtraction, or subtraction by addition, and everything went off the rails. Well, Deep Brain Chain was one of these Net 5 tokens. Supposed to be this really cool, really great AI project. You see it launched. It went all the way up to 63 cents the first week of January, the height of the 2017 bull run, and then it plunged. It came back up a little bit over that year, and then it went to nothing. But look at this. It was at a fraction. It was at a half of a, it was at a, what is that, a quarter of a penny? A quarter of a penny. This project had been dead for a year at this point.
Yeah, nobody was working
and
on
it pumped back up to 2.5 cents.
Yeah.
That is called.
That's when I sold, believe it or not.
Are you serious?
I think so. I think I had some.
That's your best move you ever made in crypto, TJ.
It was sitting in KuCoin or something. And I was like, you know what? I think this is it for Deep Brain Chain.
Yeah. Guys, look, I see a lot of people saying this is rug pulls. This is not a rug pull. That is not what a rug pull is.
No.
A rug pull is when someone pulls all the liquidity out of a token. As you can see here on the chart, this was a slow burn. It took, now this was a price pump at the worst possible time.
Mm-hmm.
And then a dramatic drop because the entire market fell, okay? This took from this local high here down to the bottom, it took 7 months. That's not a rug pull, guys. A rug pull is sudden. It's immediately when the liquidity gets pulled. I don't like that everybody just calls something that drops dramatically in price a rug pull.
Yeah.
That's not what a rug pull is. It's important that we agree on definitions in a glossary in crypto and we use similar words to mean what they actually mean. And by using a rug pull to describe something that was not technically a rug pull, you're pushing ignorance forward. We want to call things what they are and what they actually mean.
Bitcoin forks is another one. Bitcoin ABC, Satoshi's
oh yeah, all
Vision.
Bitcoin ABC is a fork of a fork, which not that bad. Your Bitcoin Golds, your Bitcoin Diamonds, your Bitcoin Blacks, your Bitcoin Pizza, like these are the ones that are the scams.
Yeah, and they're dead, and there's no development on it, but you can still see it pump.
Sometimes. Exactly. Like Bitcoin Cash ABC, like that's that actually has a community. It's not a great one, but regardless. Agent Smith says Secret Service seized 102 million in crypto in 254 cases since 2015. That is an extremely low number, in my opinion. I'm shocked by this.
That doesn't make. I don't believe.
I'm sure
that.
It's in the billions. It's got to be
102 million.
Yeah, I mean,
how much did they get? Are they not claiming that?
Obviously not. It was $4 billion.
Yeah. See.
Yeah.
What is this?
Top official from the USSS, the Secret Service, says the agency can track the flow of Bitcoin and other crypto in a similar manner to email addresses, and has seized more than 102 million in crypto. Now, this is such an awful paragraph.
Yeah.
Is it not terrible?
Mm-hmm.
This is awful because this makes it sound like because they're tracking crypto similar to the way they track email addresses, that's how they seized 102 million in crypto.
Yeah.
They're separate issues. It's
very misleading.
Very misleading. You can't track an address and then steal the crypto. That's impossible. If you were ever to crack a private key, there's 0% chance that you would have any way to correlate that private key to a specific address. You are just simply putting in a combination of letters and numbers including capitalizations, in a way that eventually could crack one random address. There's no way to crack a specific address. That'll never exist because there's no correlation between the private and public key. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. David Smith, is that a real name? Maybe so. Said that mutable blockchain ledgers means investigators can trace transactions. One of the guiding principles of blockchain is that it is a public ledger that's shared and everyone with a little bit of computing power has access to it. This is a straight up propaganda article.
It is.
I'm not going to cover this. This is a propaganda. I know we talked about it last night. I think DZ covered this. This is a propaganda article to make you think they can steal your crypto.
Mm-hmm.
That's all this is.
To make it seem
I don't fall from it. I ain't no dummy. I ain't no low IQ kid like y'all. Okay? Like the Secret Service. Another one of the most corrupt organizations in the United States.
Yep.
By the way. Okay, let's go. All right. SEC versus Ripple. Here's your XRP update. Make sure to smash the like button if you are a member of the XRP army. More news about our XRP NFT coming out soon. We're really getting this thing worked out in a really cool way. We're really excited about it. How did agency's Estrabrook notes win affect XRP? More about the case. Ripple Labs, a San Francisco-based fintech firm, has maintained its offensive attacks against the SEC amidst the ongoing lawsuit. However, it might be time for its supporters to put some hard brakes on that winning sentiment. Ripple, via defendant Brad Garlinghouse, has filed a response to SEC's opposition to the motion to compel the production of the Estrabrook notes. As per 28th February filing, the defendant sought disclosure of the notes 2018 meeting between the SEC and the Ripple CEO, mainly to prove that Ripple executives made efforts to stay compliant with U.S. securities laws. Alas, the SEC cited privilege. Well, it's the latter that made headlines today. Judge Netber denied the motion to compel production of the Estrabrook notes. So basically, this is just a situation where there were notes proving that Ripple tried to stay compliant with the SEC. And the judge says, well, that was a private meeting, so we're going to say privilege, and we're not going to be able to show this. This is not a big deal, guys. This case is already in the bag for the SEC now, for XRP. John Dean did put out a tweet, and let me see if I can find it, because this really is a great tweet. Let's see here. This really is a great tweet. Let's see here. That's a long thread. Let's see here. I can't find it. I don't know how far back I would have to go to find it. But basically, what he said is that when it comes to this case, everyone is talking about how this is going to, absolutely crush the SEC. That Ripple is going to win this case now. Okay. John Deaton said something very pivotal, and I think you need to understand how true this is. There is a situation where Ripple and the SEC win. And that's actually what we've been telling you is going to happen from the very beginning. This will be positioned as a settlement where Ripple is declared not a security, but they are fined due to some wrongdoing somewhere along the line that the SEC can claim a win on. The SEC is not going to make this happen in a way where they don't get a win out of the case. They will leverage that win and that fine against Ripple in the settlement. Ripple ultimately gets relisted, is declared not a security. The SEC gets a win, gets paid a $100 million fine or whatever it may be. I assume this would probably be the biggest fine in the history of crypto. I think it will be bigger than the $98 million fine from EOS. I think that was a $4 billion ICO. It raised a lot more money than Ripple, but the Ripple market cap sits, certainly much higher, or the XRP market cap sits much higher now than $4 billion, of course. But $100 million to compare to the amount of money Ripple's going to make, I think they'll pay it. That's generally about where I think the number will be. I think it will be about $100 million, barely exceeding EOS. That way they're able to say, we got the biggest fine in history. Very, signs up there. BitBoy, still watching your videos. Are you a proud American? Yes, I am a proud American. No question about that. If you didn't know that, you must not watch the channel. Last XRP story real quick here. The Ripple CTO claims Elon Musk exposing a real reason for the Twitter takeover. There's David Schwartz there. David Schwartz, your most prototypical blockchain developer in the history of mankind. Great guy from what I hear. He says that he believes basically Ripple's talking executive is accused the centibillionaire, that's a new word, wishing to use Twitter to get better treatment. But David Schwartz says it's incredibly bad policy that works absurdly poorly. It rewards unreasonable people and punishes reasonable people. If there's one lesson to learn from economics, it's that people respond to incentives. Then he goes on to say he's not trying to make Twitter a better place for freedom of speech, though. He's trying to push a Twitter moderation policy to give better treatment to political speech he favors and give worse treatment to political speech that he disfavors. So we see what side David Schwartz is coming out on. I would not be on that side. I'm actually on Elon Musk's side on this for sure. So we'll see what happens, even though you guys know I don't really like him. Quick hits, Cardano NFT price goes to a record-breaking 135,000 ADA. Blockchain gaming usage explodes 2,000%. Straightfor's Bitcoin ETF could attract $1 billion. That's good. Silvergate revenue soars 90%. Binance.us awarding money transmitter license in Puerto Rico. 3.6 million Americans to use crypto to make a purchase in 2022. That's 1% of the population. That's your Lightning Network people right there, folks. EU citizens strongly oppose CBDCs, but what about crypto? Yada, yada, yada. All right, let's go ahead.
All right, real quick, couple Q&A.
Would you do quick? We got to go quick on these questions, by the way, guys.
Yeah, super quick.
Yep.
Will there be a follow-up to the WEF videos, more conspiracy
Yeah.
crypto bent?
Our next BitBoy special video is going to be on a weapon that exists within your phone that you don't know about that has already been used to brutally murder people. So we will be discussing that. There will be a follow-up to the World Economic Forum video at some point. So
this will be a series that we will continue.
We will continue to do these forever.
So
the
goal is to be getting it up to 1 or 2 a month here, and then get them coming out faster. But
I do believe I see that question about Sandbox. I do believe it will be listed on Coinbase at some point. And then what about decentralized storage? Is a big play for the metaverse. What tokens do you like? Filecoin storage. Those are two. We like Filecoin. Probably is going to end up being the top. I think there is another one. Is Render token a file storage? I think it is. Render is one to watch. I saw someone saying it. A guy sent me a prophecy and he said, buy reindeer token. And so we bought this meme coin called reindeer token and it went to 0, I think. But you know what the ticker is for Render? RNDR. Might be one we want to take a flyer on. I'm just saying. I respect the prophecy. I respect it. All right, guys, that's all I got. Be blessed. Good boy out.